What's poppin', people? It's Dante going for my morning walk here in Philadelphia. Check it out. It's a beautiful day. Feels so nice in the morning on these really hot days. You know, you often hear people complain about the heat. Oh, it's so hot. Oh, the sun is so hot. Maybe I think what's going on is yeah, the sun is really hot. There's a big ball of fire that's keeping us alive right now. It's crazy. But maybe we're getting used to the air conditioner a little bit too much. I think the air conditioning, like this kind of stuff, maybe weakens your body. Like you become so used to the cave, that cool crisp air, you know, flowing out of this machine, and you're just inside and the sun's not hitting your skin for the majority of the day. And then when you go out, you know, I hear these people on the street when they come out of the office after 8 hours of sitting down. I walk by them and they're like, oh my God, it's like a wall hits you. Like they're like so like shocked by the sunlight. It's like, step into the light, step into the truth, guys. It's gonna be all right. I think the heat is where I thrive. I mean, man, anytime that I'm inside, I feel like, honestly, my soul, it just slowly dies. Like I think there really is. Oh, could you imagine? This could maybe skip. My left-handed throw is weak. Yeah, there's something about sunlight, the sun itself, heat, you know, energy, you know, maybe the body is, you know, the sun fuels my soul. You know, maybe the soul is the body. Maybe the body is a battery and the sun is the charger. Anytime that I'm in the sun, oh God, there's a spider web in my mouth. Anytime that I'm in the sun, I actually feel my body and my soul charging up. You know, water, sunlight, you know, maybe we're like plants as much as we're like animals, but when we become so accustomed to being inside, using alarms, listening to bells ring, checking our phones, our notifications, ping, 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 we become slaves. You know, maybe a slave is somebody who's on their phone all day. Maybe a slave is someone who's checking their email or has to check their email. Maybe a slave is somebody who is, you know, dependent on the time. You know, if you're like waking up and like checking the time, oh, how much time do I have? You know, like time, like people are like, oh, I gotta be on time. You know, it's like new slaves are slaves to time and technology. And so how are we to go forward as free men? How can we achieve this feeling of freedom? You know, maybe it's of the mind as much as it's of your physical body and time. You know, or for me, freedom is dangerousness. Freedom is intrepidness and courageousness. Thinking of Washington crossing the Delaware to then fight against the British and gain self-autonomy, you know, after being taxed unfairly and overthrowing their military power. You know, think of Moses leading the Israelites out of the desert and leaving the enslavement of Egypt, right? Think of the way in which God presented these tablets, these 10 commandments to Moses upon Mount Sinai. And as Moses was gone, the Israelites were concerned. What are we to do? You know, who can we turn to? You know, I'm worried that he won't return. You know, let's craft this golden calf and worship an idol. Let's prop up this, you know, material thing and just worship it and bow down to the calf. The calf will guide us, this golden object. You know, maybe that's how we go forward in life and society, is kind of like a pig. Like imagine like in Minecraft, where if you play Minecraft, you can get a saddle and you can put a saddle on a pig and you can put a carrot on a fishing rod, and you put the carrot in your hand on the fishing rod, and you're riding a pig, and it just moves, and we're all kind of just pigs with a carrot in front of us, chasing after it in hopes to buy the Lamborghini, the Tesla, the superfluous bullshit that we produce, that, to be honest with you, most of it's junk. You know, most of it is like the golden calf. It's just something that you should just smash, or could just smash, and nothing would really change in in your life, which is kind of amusing. Yeah, something about the process and practice of coming out here and catching the sunrise intrigues me too. Like, think about photography, right? What is photography? Painting with light. What is a photograph? A reflection of your courage, of your heart. You know, so maybe with the omnipotent power of the sun itself, you know, we wield this power and paint with it, you know, giving meaning to the things that we deem worthy of photographing. You know, where photography and the goal itself, you know, like, what is the telos of photography? Ooh, this is cool. In the end, the choice is yours. Yes, freedom is a choice. You know, the telos of photography, right? The goal in itself is to make photographs. Create who you want to be. Yeah, this is cool. Yeah, I think that we need to think more about this quote. You know, maybe when we can all create a better world through creating a better version of ourselves. And so, yeah, the goal is to make photographs, right? The goal isn't to make a book. The goal isn't to make a gallery show. You know, the goal isn't to make a zine. You know, the goal isn't an external thing. You know, the goal doesn't have to be this material thing that manifests in the real world. It really doesn't. The goal for myself personally is to increase my curiosity every single day. 1,000 miles away, I'm grateful you exist. Beautiful. Don't be afraid, just believe. 5:36. Hey, are we on the same timeline? You know, believe. You know, why just believe? Why not know? You know, maybe that's what we're all seeking, right? Is the truth, a knowing. You know, a belief. I don't know. Like, for instance, like belief, right? Like, do you believe in the Big Bang? Do you believe in the Big Bang? I mean, we have to have a belief to believe in the Big Bang. We don't know, right? So maybe at the end of the day, everything does become religious, and science is very similar to religion when considering the conception of this beautiful world that we live in called Earth. And I think that, yeah, setting a goal that's tangible, that's material, it's a waste of time, I find. But to free your mind and to make things for the sake of making things is where you will thrive as a photographer, and I think as a person, it seems. When you detach yourself from the outcome, you know, life becomes a dream. You know, where the mundane isn't just what it seems. You know, and I find that by elevating my physical body to this, you know, spot here on top of this mountain, this cliffside, right? You got to come to the cliffside and look out at the horizon. You know, I feel as though I'm on top of the world, you know, where I'm alone. You know, there's usually no people up here. Usually everyone's asleep right now, not catching the sunrise, and it's like, there's something about coming up here where it just reminds me of how open the world is, you know, how endless the journey is. Like, there really is no end goal. That's what I'm starting to think about. It's like, but there is a special feeling you get when you can see beyond the horizon. You know, here we have a tree canopy, and I love that. You know, that's the unknown in the tree canopy. But yeah, maybe we should become more critical of our goals. You know, what is the goal? What is the purpose? What is the telos of photography? I believe to enjoy the process, to increase your curiosity, and to simply make more pictures. Don't think about the project, the book, the zine, the gallery, and all these basic things. Honestly, if you're gonna think of something that's tangible, that's something that you're working towards, yeah, maybe think of an archive over the next century. Think 50 to 500 years. Hey. There's Washington. It's my lucky day. Let me go find a gumball. Let me go find a gumball machine. I'm gonna go get a gumball. Now it's down further. Let's see if someone's daring enough to go down there and get the quarter. I'll check back tomorrow.